It's Mrs. Rose again, and we're reading chapter Rehearsal. The play is taking up most of my time as we get closer to opening night. Lots of lines to remember, long monologues where there's just me talking. Olivia has this great idea though, and it's helping. I have my fiddle with me on stage and play it a bit while I'm talking. It's not written that way, but Mr. Davenport thinks it adds an extra folky element to have the stage manager plucking on a fiddle. And for me, it's so great because whenever I need a second to remember my next line, I just start playing a little Soldier's Joy on my fiddle and it buys me some time. I've gotten to know the kids in the show a lot better, especially the pink-haired girl who plays Emily. Turns out she's not nearly as stuck-up as I thought she was, given the crowd she hangs out with. Her boyfriend's this built jock who's a big deal on the varsity sports circuit at school. It's a whole world that I have nothing to do with. So I'm kind of surprised that this Miranda girl turns out to be kind of nice. One day we're sitting on the floor backstage waiting for tech guys to fix the main spotlight. "So how long have you and Olivia been dating?" she asks out of the blue. "About 4 months now," I say. "Have you met her brother?" she says casually. It's so unexpected I can't hide my surprise. "You know Olivia's brother?" I ask. "Via didn't tell you. We used to be good friends. I've known Oggy since he was a baby." "Oh, yeah, I think I knew that," I answer. I don't want to let on that Olivia had not told me any of this. I don't want to let on how surprised I am that she called her Via. Nobody but Olivia's family calls her Via. And here, this pink-haired girl, who I thought was a stranger, is calling her Via. Miranda laughs and shakes her head, but she doesn't say anything. There's an awkward silence, and then she starts fishing through her bag and pulls out her wallet. She rifles through a couple of pictures and then hands one to me. It's of a little boy in a park on a sunny day. He's wearing shorts and a t-shirt and an astronaut helmet that covers his entire head. "It was like 100 degrees that day," she says, smiling at the picture, but he wouldn't take that helmet off for anything. He wore it for like 2 years straight, in the winter, in the summer, at the beach. It was crazy. Yeah, I've seen pictures in Olivia's house. "I'm the one who gave him that helmet," she says. She sounds a little proud of that. She takes the picture and she carefully inserts it back into her wallet. "Cool," I answer. "So you're okay with it?" she said, looking at me. I look at her blankly. "Okay with what?" She raises her eyebrows like she doesn't believe me. "You know what I'm talking about," she says, and takes a long drink from her water bottle. "Let's face it," she continues, "the universe was not kind to Oggy Pullman." The next chapter is Bird. "Why didn't you tell me that you and Miranda Navas used to be friends?" I said to Olivia the next day. I'm really annoyed at her for not telling me this. "It's not a big deal," she answers defensively, looking at me like I'm weird. "It is a big deal," I say. "I look like an idiot. How could you not tell me? You've always acted like you don't even know her." "Well, I don't know her," she answers quickly. "I don't know who that pink-haired cheerleader is. The girl I knew was a total dork who collected American Girl dolls." "Oh, come on, Olivia. You come on. You could have mentioned it to me at some point," I say quietly, pretending not to notice the big fat tear that's suddenly rolling down her cheek. She shrugs, fighting back bigger tears. "It's okay, I'm not mad," I say, thinking the tears are about me. "I honestly don't care if you're mad," she says spitefully. "Oh, that's really nice," I fired back. She doesn't say anything. The tears are about to come. "Olivia, what's the matter?" I say. She shakes her head like she doesn't want to talk about it, but all of a sudden the tears start rolling down a mile a minute. "I'm sorry, it's not you, Justin. I'm not crying because of you," she finally says through her tears. "Then why are you crying?" "Because I'm an awful person." "What are you talking about?" She's not looking at me, wiping her tears with the palm of her hand. "I haven't told my parents about the show," she says quickly. I shake my head because I don't quite get what she's telling me. "That's okay," I say. "It's not too late. There are still tickets available." "I don't want them to come to the show, Justin," she interrupts impatiently. "Don't you see what I'm saying? I don't want them to come. If they come, they'll bring Oggy with them, and I just don't feel like..." Here she's hit by another sound of crying that doesn't let her finish talking. I put my arm around her. "I'm an awful person," she says through her tears. You're not an awful person, I say softly. Yes, I am, she sobs. It's just been so nice being in a new school where nobody knows about him, you know? Nobody's whispering about it behind my back. It's just been so nice, Justin. But if he comes to the play, then everyone will talk about it. Everyone will know. I don't know why I'm feeling like this. I swear I've never been embarrassed by him before. I know, I say, soothing her. You're entitled, Olivia. You've dealt with a lot your whole life. Olivia reminds me of a bird sometimes, how her feathers get all ruffled when she's mad. And when she's fragile like this, she's a little lost bird looking for its nest. So I give her my wing to hide underneath. The chapter is called The Universe. I can't sleep tonight. My head is full of thoughts that won't turn off. Lines from my monologues, elements of the periodic table that I'm supposed to be memorising, theorems I'm supposed to be understanding, Olivia and Oggy. Miranda's words keep coming back. The universe was not kind to Oggy Pullman. I'm thinking about what a lot of everything it means. She's right about that. The universe was not kind to Oggy Pullman. What did that little kid ever do to deserve his sentence? What did the parents do, or Olivia do? She once mentioned that some doctor told her parents that the odds of someone getting the same combination of syndromes that came together to make Oggy's face were like 1 in 4 million. So doesn't that make the universe a giant lottery then? You purchase a ticket when you're born, and it's all just random, whether you get a good ticket or a bad ticket. It's all just luck. My head swirls on this, but then softer thoughts soothe, like a flat third on a major chord. No, it's not all random. If it really was all random, the universe wouldn't abandon us completely, and the universe doesn't. It takes care of its most fragile creations in ways we can't see. Like with parents who adore you blindly and a big sister who feels guilty for being human about you, and a little gravelly voiced kid whose friends have left him over you, and even a pink-haired girl who carries your picture in her wallet. Maybe it is a lottery, but the universe makes it even out to the end. The universe takes care of all of its birds. Part 6. August. What a piece of work is a man. How noble in reason, how infinite in faculty, in form and moving how express and admirable, in action how like an angel, in apprehension how like a god. The beauty of the world. That's a quote from Hamlet by Shakespeare. The next chapter is called The North Pole. The Spud lamp was a big hit at the science fair. Jack and I got an A for it. It was the first A Jack got in any class all year long. He was psyched. All the science fair projects were set up on tables in the gym. It was like the same setup as the Egyptian Museum back in December, except this time there were volcanoes and molecule dioramas on the tables instead of pyramids and pharaohs. And instead of all the kids taking our parents around to look at everyone else's artefact, we had to stand by our tables while all the parents wandered around the room and came over to us one by one. Here's the math on that one. 60 kids in the grade equals 60 sets of parents and doesn't even include grandparents. So that's a minimum of 120 pairs of eyes that find their way to me. Eyes that aren't as used to me as their kids' eyes are by now. It's like how compass needles always point north. No matter which way you're facing, all of those eyes are compasses, and I'm like the North Pole to them. That's why I still don't like school events that include parents. I don't hate them as much as I did at the beginning of the school year, like the Thanksgiving Sharing Festival. That was the worst one. That was the first time I had to face the parents all at once. The Egyptian Museum came after that, but that one was okay because I got to dress up as a mummy and nobody noticed me. Then came the winter concert, which I totally hated because I had to sing in the chorus. Not only can I not sing at all, but it felt like I was on display. The New Year art show wasn't quite as bad, but it was still annoying. They put up our artwork in the hallways all over the school and had the parents come and check it out. It was like starting school all over again, having unsuspecting adults pass me on the stairs. Anyway, it's not that I care that people react to me. Like I've said a million times, I'm used to that by now. I don't let it bother me. It's like when you go outside and it's drizzling a little. You don't put on boots for a drizzle. You don't even open your umbrella. You walk through it and barely notice your hair getting wet. But when it's a huge gym full of parents, the drizzle becomes like this total hurricane. Everyone's eyes hit you like a wall of water. Mum and Dad hang around my table a lot, along with Jack's parents. It's kind of funny how parents actually end up forming the same little group their kids form. Like my parents and Jack's and Summer's mum, all alike and get on along with each other. And I see Julian's parents hanging out with Henry's parents and Miles's parents, and even the two Max's parents hang out together. It's so funny. I told Mum and Dad about it later when we were walking home, and they thought it was a funny observation. I guess it's true that like seeks like, said Mum.